Hello there, welcome to Jimothy Listens. My name is Jimothy, and it is time for another year-end list, this time taking you through my 50 favourite songs of 2023. And let me tell you, this was probably the toughest list to put together. I started off with a short list of like 300 songs that in my head were all top 50 material, and I couldn't get rid of any of them. And so I spent many painstaking hours listening to songs over and over again to eventually whittle it down to just the top 50 songs which are going to be coming your way. And because it was such an arduous journey to get to this point, you know that each and every one of these songs is a straight banger. So let's get into them. We got a lot to get through. Gonna try and rush through the first half of the list so that we're not sitting here forever. Starting off with UK singer-songwriter Rachel Chinouriri's wonderful, precious acoustic ballad Maybe I'm Lonely. In at number 49, it is the endless optimism and enthusiasm of BSS's Fighting with Lee Young-ji. I can already tell it's going to be a whole video of this arm movement, get used to it. Number 48, Tracy Breaks and DJ Recode team up for the screamable electronic pop banger Back Off. And at number 47, K-pop becomes life or death with Secret Number's Doxa. One of the hardest electronic bops of the year has to be the song at number 46, Lunice's Winnebago. At number 45, it's the lead single from Kali Uchis's latest gorgeous album, I Wish You Roses. 44, the internet poisoned absurdity comedy rap / like really seriously well made Pineapple Upside Down by Queef Jerky. Number 43 sees Skrillex team up with Flowdan, Beam and Peekaboo for the track Hydrate, which I think honestly has probably led to me drinking about a litre more water this year than I otherwise would have. Disco queen Jessie Ware lands at number 42 with her phenomenal escapist banger Begin Again. And at number 41, it's the always winning formula of Rico Nasty over 100 gecs beat with Turn It Up. Coming into the top 40, one of my favourite R&B tracks of the year is Chloe's Pray It Away, a song that is both heavenly and hoey to the highest degrees. 39 goes to Nina Geraci's Undo You, a super catchy electronic bop with production that just vibrates my entire being. 38 is my K-pop debut of the year, and that is 80 as Per. Just the wonderful laid-back groove of that keeps me coming back to it over and over again. And number 37 sees Doja Cat with a skilled and intelligent breakdown of fame and celebrity on the track Attention. Number 36 is Hemlock Springs' Sever the Blight, an energetic synth-pop track that throws back to both the 1970s and the 1370s. Number 35 is the emphatic album closer from alternative pop group Frost Children, Notice Me. Number 34 sees Doechii tap into her scary side on the aggressive trap banger Pacer. And number 33 is Toby and Wigwe's Bravo, a short but punchy rap track that demonstrates charisma, skill and personality all in 100 seconds. 32 sees XG strike the perfect balance between pop and rap on their phenomenal New Dance. And number 31 is the incredible hoe-scaring anthem from JPEG Mafia and Danny Brown, Lean Beef Patty. Into the top 30 now, and diva pop is back in a big way with bolstered production and a self-love anthem, that being Chrissy Schlepecker's debut single I'm So Hot. TK Maidza lands at the number 29 spot with the stone cold killer Flume-produced anthem Silent Assassin. Number 28 is probably the hardest to swallow on the list, coming in at 25 minutes long. It is the fantastic theatrical closer to Sprain's latest album, God or whatever you call it. The title of number 27 could not be more accurate, as Lust Sick Puppy's Chokehold had me in exactly that with its nightmare carnival production and slick, sexy rapping. Number 26 is William Crooks's C4 on My Body, a ludicrous rap banger with blown out bass, ridiculous sound effects, and insane personality. Whew, alright, halfway there. How am I doing for time? Number 25 is Kesha's unapologetic and anthemic Only Love Can Save Us Now. Number 24 sees Purity Ring team up with Black Dresses for Shines, a track that has an aggressive first impression but eventually gives way to a really precious wonder at the heart of it. Number 23 sees Reverend Kristen Michael Hayter belt her heart out over some degraded piano chords for a chance at salvation on the track All of My Friends Are Going to Hell. At number 22 is Korean pop star Yuju's Full Circle, a song which radiates pure joy over an energetic, fast-paced beat. The only thing that's cooler and more addictive than the song at number 21, Hëłlœ's Cigs Up, is an actual cigarette itself. And coming into the top 20, we have Olivia Rodrigo's Vampire. You know it, you've heard it, you know why it's such a fantastic song. It's a pop ballad done perfectly. That chorus, oh, gorgeous. Number 19, maybe the most underrated K-pop song of the year, Classy's Japanese track Target, which sounds like a riot breaking out at the circus. It's high energy, high impact, and high camp. And for number 18, I need to take a second because I'm trying to start something here with this one. It's Kieran J. Callanan's Young Drunk Driver, and I think this needs to become the new Australian anthem. Not necessarily like our proper national anthem, but in terms of just a song that every Australian knows the words to. Like, we come out of the womb knowing the words to it. You see dads belting it at a barbecue. It's played at sports games. It just needs to be absolutely everywhere because it has that feel. This is a song that could unite our country. I can just as easily see dads singing along to it at a barbecue as I can a drag queen serving in a lip sync to it. So if you're Australian, or you've ever been to Australia, or you've ever heard of Australia, please spread the word of Young Drunk Driver. It needs to be global. Or national, but global would be even better. Reining it back in, number 17 is one of my favorite K-pop acts at the moment, CSR, with the boldly energetic Shining Bright. Number 16 is one of the rare occasions where I actually form an emotional attachment to a K-pop song. It's Haikey's Rose Blossom. It is a confident and optimistic look at the future that says, even though things might be shaky now, it's gonna turn out alright. It's comforting, it's warm, and I adore it. At number 15, it's Tyler the Creator's Sorry Not Sorry, an impassioned diary entry of a song that feels like the culmination of Tyler's entire career so far, touching on who he was, who he's become, how he's changed, and what's happening next. It's a wonderful little milestone moment for one of my favorite artists ever. And at number 14, fuck a tract, but it's 50-50 with their song for the Barbie soundtrack, Barbie Dreams, featuring Callie. This is the Barbie song. It is just cheap, pink plastic that is covered in an unholy amount of glitter that you're going to be finding on surfaces for years to come. Number 13 sees Australian alt-pop sensation Dane step into a new world in Portal, a track whose fast-paced running production and huge soaring chorus makes me feel like I can go anywhere and do anything. Number 12 goes to Stacey for their song Bubble, a song that really is just kind of like a cute fun bop, but the reason that it's so high is it just gives me this feeling of like, if a biopic is ever made about my life, this song should be the soundtrack to my death. It has that kind of feel to it. You know what I mean? Probably not. At number 11, it's my favorite Australian track of the year, Gregor McMurray's Crook, featuring Chordata. This is balls to the wall electronic madness with hungry, charismatic rap verses over top. The energy between the rapping and the production just sort of keep one-upping each other until it feels like taking 10 shots of caffeine over the space of 2 minutes. And with that, we have made it to the top 10 songs of the year. Coming in at number 10, it is a deep and emotional tale about loss and clinging on to things that are bad for you. It's 100 Gex's I Got My Tooth Removed. I really hope someone listens to that not knowing who 100 Gex is and they go into it expecting just the downcast ballad. If that's you, forget I said that. It's definitely, there's no hyper-scar going on or anything. It's definitely just a real powerful emotional ballad all the way through. At number 9, it's Cherry Bullet's Pow or Play on the World, a hugely powerful K-pop banger that goes so hard in so many different ways, combining bright, bubbly sounds with some sort of mature, hot girl shit and making it all just be as big and bassy and emphatic as possible. Coming into number 8, let me give you a little bit of backstory. Since December 2022, I have been saying that 2023 was going to be the year of the breakbeat, and every month that passed just proved me more and more right. We had it in everything. But the one place that I didn't expect it, is in the new Carly Rae Jepsen album, which is where we come to this song, After Last Night. Detouring from her usual retro revival aesthetic, After Last Night sees Carly experiment with a hyper-modern sound, and the result could not be any better. The fast-paced breakbeat percussion is perfectly balanced by breezy, bubbly synth notes and swirling digital strings, and this frantic yet weightless feeling matches perfectly with the lyrics about being head over heels in love. Coming in at number 7, we have new global sensation New Jeans with the track Ditto. But Jim, Ditto came out in 2022. It came out in December, it's close enough. Screw you, this is my list, I do what I want. Yeah, the eligibility period that I've done for these lists is from December last year to the end of November 2023. It doesn't really matter. Ditto is the song in number 7. It has that wonderful, dreamy, low-key, melancholy aura that is wonderfully offset by that Jersey club kick that brings a bit of energy while still feeling subdued and suppressed. There's tension there that wants to break free but is kept firmly under wraps. The haunting hummed melody at the start instantly sparks feelings of yearning, building through forlorn verses into a chorus that is undeniably catchy and sticky with those bouncy consonant sounds of middle, riddle, ditto. The song is super short, ending without any real resolution, which only adds to that feeling of unreciprocated longing. Ditto is honestly just a perfect pop song and one I will be remembering for years to come. God, if we're already hitting perfection at number 7, where do we go from here? Well, the answer is more perfection, Perfect Picture to be frank, by Hannah Diamond. The opening track to her recent album of the same name, Perfect Picture, is maybe the prettiest pop song I have heard in quite a long time. The sparkling glitter that makes up the production just absolutely shines, radiating pink and purple out across the stars. It's truly larger than life and too good to be true, which sets up the conflict that's explored in the lyrics. This is the story of a girl who has presented herself in only the cleanest, purest, most perfect way, showing a completely nitpicked, airbrushed version of herself to the point of being some surreal, unattainable goal of perfection. Though from that, the real girl behind it starts to feel like she's living a lie. And so this song sees her start to try and bring those two personas together, picking apart the perfection to reveal the imperfection underneath. And this is shown beautifully in the sound of the song as well, with some just slight glitches coming through or notes that are pitched in slightly unexpected ways, just to give a hint of it's not all completely sparkly perfect. And in that imperfection, I would say it makes the song even more beautiful. Oh boy, top 5 top 5 songs of the year. Kicking off the top 5, it is Billy with Nevertheless. Now, K-pop group Billy are no stranger to excellently produced synth work and gorgeous harmonies, but no other song of theirs does it quite like this one. From the very start, we're dropped into this swirling dark blue ocean of synths with barely any percussion to help find rhythm or keep tempo. The verses are plainly sung with pretty syncopated rhythms to keep that sort of tempo-less, ethereal, swirling feeling. Slowly though, the pre-chorus starts to find a bit more of a defined beat as that swirling synth ocean begins to stir, slowly drawing inwards and inwards, sucking everything into one dense ball that just hangs in the air for just a second of silence before we drop into the fantastically sticky, groovy, punchy chorus that is the complete opposite of those vast, swirling verses. The bass is deep and fuzzy and sticky, and over this the girls lay one of my favorite choruses in their catalog, with a gorgeous descending melody and really nice tasteful pitch shifted moments. This then explodes into an even bigger second half of the chorus with huge belted vocals, more fantastic pitched backings, and a deep storm raging away in the production. This all then sort of calms down and goes back to the start, where we repeat the cycle 2 more times, each time getting bigger and bigger until the final chorus is barely able to stand up under its own weight. This song is just so tasty. Everything works in perfect harmony and goes on such a vast but coherent journey. It is simply awe-inspiring. Number 4 goes to the lead single from the wonderful new Underscores album Wall Socket, that is Cops and Robbers. This song is the perfect introduction to Wall Socket, both the album and the town that the album's based on. It introduces the sort of quirky guitar-led alt-pop sound that the rest of the album runs with. It's catchy and it's boppy, but also a little bit quirky and with bits that are just plain wrong. Take, for example, the guitar solo, which hits such odd notes and is so caked in different effects that it sounds less like a guitar and more like a mosquito rave. But even more than it is strange or quirky, it is just plain catchy and satisfying. And this is also helped by the wonderful narrative told throughout the song. Cops and Robbers tells the story of a man who has been embezzling money from his bank teller job for years before finally getting noticed and going on the run. Fleeing from the cops, he settles down in a tiny little town in rural Michigan where no one will ever find him. And this town is home to some great music. Welcome to Wall Socket. But I'm not going to get too caught up now. If you want to hear me talk more about Wall Socket, album video is coming up next, baby. So instead we move on to number 3, and this is my K-pop song of the year. This song comes from one of my favorite girl groups, aespa. But which song could it be? aespa had a bumper year, putting out the fantastic My World album, which was full of bangers. You know, could I be going for spicy? Could I be going for thirsty? They also put out the wonderful Drama album, which is wall-to-wall bangers. Honestly, I could pick any one of those. They also put out that banger Tetris song. Really, it could be anything. I wonder what you think it is. I want to see your guesses. Let me know in the comments. What aespa song do you think I've picked? No cheating. Don't skip ahead. That's no fun. Alright, good. You've made your guess. Alright, my favorite K-pop song of the year, my number 3 song in general, it's aespa's Welcome to My World. Now, I am just as surprised as anyone that my K-pop song of the year is a song that features a metronome hi-hat over a simple guitar loop, when that is known to be one of my most hated archetypes. But this song, it is so much more. The echoey la 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 melody and the chirping crickets give the song a wonderful low-key start, which is helped along by the gorgeous low-register vocals in the first verse. Slowly but surely though, the song begins to build, the vocals start to get higher and higher until we break into a huge chorus featuring soaring strings, and y'all know how much of a slut for strings I am, so that's obviously a winner, and wonderful long drawn out vocal melodies. This song feels like being picked up off the ground and just soaring through the sky. And then after the chorus, everything kind of finally kicks into gear. We get the more energetic drum beat, the nice guitar rhythm, and the vocals have a bit more welly to them. The bridge, which repeats the line, "This city's so pretty when your light's on," feels like standing at the top of a mountain at sunset and just staring down as the city below you starts to slowly light up. It's freeing, it is exhilarating, and it is just so beautiful. But now we move into the top 2, and coming in at the number 2 spot, it's another December 2022 pick, but how could I not give it to Little Simz's Gorilla? I honestly don't have a lot to say about this song. It is just hip-hop perfection. Like, I could write an essay and it wouldn't even come close to doing what Sims is able to do with one bar. And while the other songs on this album sort of have a more topical focus and speak on more pressing issues to Sims, this is the one where she just kind of flexes and shows off what she can do. She displays supernatural rapping ability with effortless flows and a delivery that just exudes confidence. The production is phenomenal, especially those massive horn breaks that don't just divide the verses, but give the listener a chance to breathe and take in what has just happened. Gives you a moment to pick your jaw up off the floor before Sims dives back in for round 2. To put it plainly, this is maybe just one of the best rap songs I have ever heard. And with that, here we are. The number 1 song of the year, my favorite song of 2023. and it goes to none other than the wonderful Alice Longyu for the track Hello Kitty. Now this is straight up bonkers. This is crazy. This is nutty. This is a car chase in a monster truck that is home to a mariachi band. On this track, Alice paints herself as a crazed killer that is just one interaction away from snapping and going ballistic. She swings between shrill shouts and maniacal laughter at frightening pace, but also takes the time to admire herself with calls of ciao bella, bellissimo, which is done over these soothing guitars and trumpets that make me feel like I'm lounging in a gondola in Venice. Everything about this song is just so strange and unique and wonderfully creative. The 3/4 beat, which runs at breakneck speed, just feels like it is racing away, dragging you along behind it. The swinging melody of the chorus is immediately as memorable and catchy and sticky as it is dizzying and nauseating. It feels like being on a ship in the middle of a storm. And the lyrics are so emphatic and passionate and just purely expressive of Alice herself that she doesn't even need to paint her face on the grave. You know whose handiwork it is. So yeah, it's #1 song material, my favorite song of the year, Hello Kitty, Alice Longyu. And that's my list. That is number 50 right down to #1. If you want to listen to these songs, there's a link to a playlist of them all in the description. You can find them there. And let me know what you think. What do you like? What do you hate? What's your favorite song of the year? Let me know. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. And make sure you subscribe because my top albums list is on the way very soon, as well as more exciting videos to come in 2024. So with that, I will see you very soon. Love you. Have a great day. Mwah. Bye-bye.